All right, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. This is Dr. Ephraim. Today's date is December 22nd, 2022. And if you're listening to the sound of my voice, that means you were blessed to see another day. And for that, all praise, honor, and glory is due to the Most High God of Israel, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. All right, everyone, welcome. Welcome to all the new subscribers and the older alike. And if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell and select all, so that way you'll be notified every time I upload a new presentation. And I want to thank you all for continuing to comment and engage in the videos and like and share and, offering just positive words of support. I really appreciate that. And to the ones who feel it necessary to, make a negative comment, well, I even appreciate you too. But I don't deal in negativity. My goal is to uplift my people and to inspire them in spite of what we're going through, in spite of everything. We know what it is, but I also know that I serve a God who is filled with mercy and grace. You understand, and that's proof positive by not all of us falling, being quote unquote successful or blessed or whatever the case may be. Why? Because the Most High has grace and mercy, and He told us He will have grace and mercy on whom He will have grace and mercy. I understand that collectively we as a people are under the curse of the book of Deuteronomy. I get it. But at the same time, that's no reason to speak negativity into your people, man, or be negative. You understand? So I don't deal in those spirits, man. That to me, a lot of those brothers in Judah, man, they different from Ephraim. I just can discern a Judahite. I can. And I mean, I could see why, Judah and Ephraim, been beefing, because Judah's a trip, man. Judah's something else. And those are my brothers and my sisters, is true, but Judah is something else. I can't with Judah. I'm gonna be honest with you. I can tell an Ephraimite, just like I can tell a Hamite from a Israelite. I just can tell it's spiritually discerning, right? But anyway, enough of that. We all brothers and sisters, man. So I accepted all of them, my brothers. We just spiritually definitely don't agree, and but that one day, the day's going to come when we will, be as one. So anyway, what I wanted to kind of talk about, I've touched on it before, and I've kind of heard and seen some things here and there over the years about, why the tribe of Ephraim is not listed in the 144,000. Um, and again, people, this is what happens when you up under people that tries to cherry pick scripture or tries to point to things that they think makes their point or makes their belief believable, or whatever the case may be. But let me tell y'all something, man. Don't even worry about Ephraim. And Ephraim is good, I promise you. See, because Ephraim ain't no tribe. Ephraim is the northern kingdom. Y'all better stop playing with my pops. Ephraim is not no tribe. You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm gonna get into what exactly how the Most High feels about Ephraim. Listen, man, all of the tribes transgressed. All of the tribes got caught up. With the idolatry and certain. We all made him mad. But again, like I said, the thing about the Most High God, if you know anything about His ways, is He is filled with grace and mercy. You understand? So we people tend to forget that, and people don't even teach and preach on it. They just want to teach and preach on the gloom and doom of the curses and the children of Israel. Yeah, we get it. Okay, we get it. But we all, but prayer changes things, man. You understand? And now more than ever, I know by virtue of the journey that God took me on, that I am a seed of Ephraim. Yeshua Hamashiach came to me Himself, called me by name. Y'all better get this, man. Like, I know who I am, right? So I know the Most High because I know Yeshua. I know Jesus, right? I'm not saying I know the Most High through Jesus, but I know the Most High, and I accept and recognize Yeshua HaMashiach. You understand? Now more than ever, I know who I am. I am a child of Ephraim. Joseph is I don't know how you would say it, my eight forefather. I don't know. I don't even know what he would be, but I'm up under the house of Joseph. So we're going to get into that. To me, I think what's more telling is that Dan is not listed. I think that's more of a question mark, than Ephraim, because Ephraim and Manasseh, they fall up under. under the house of Joseph. So that, that's explainable by scripture and just I'm going to get into that. But I think more telling is why Dan isn't listed. Now, I think that the general consensus about Dan, that Dan, they were punished just now. I mean, all the tribes were. Now, I may do one on Dan at some point, because Dan is more intriguing to me. Why Dan is clearly not listed, and Dan does not fall up under in the house of Joseph. So um, Dan's mother is Bilhah, and I've taught this before, and when I say this, I need y'all to get this too. Like, when I say the bloodline goes through the male, it does. The bloodline goes through the male. You are what your father is. However, it's also important who your mother is. And why I say that is because Leah and Rachel were the wives. Okay, that's my personal belief, is that's why Judah and Ephraim came up out of Leah and Rachel. Bilhah and Zilpah were the handmaids, right, of either Leah or Rachel. And see, Dan came up out of Bilhah. So in a sense, like not to take away from the fact that he's still there, they're still tribe of Dan, their mother matters. Now, does that have anything to do with why Dan is not mentioned in 144,000? I'm not sure. I haven't really looked at it like that. But I do believe that who their mother is important, just as Judah and Ephraim came up out of Leah and Rachel. Bottom line, all of the Judites, all of the Ephraimites all over the world, our forward mother, or however you want to call it, is Leah or Rachel. Please believe. So, not saying that to say that, that Ephraim and Judah is better than Dan or anything like that. But I'm saying, I believe to the Most High, your mother does matter. Because Judah, because Bilhah and Zilpah didn't birth out Judah or Ephraim. Why is that important? Why is that worth mentioning? Well, because those are your two kingdoms right there. Your southern kingdom and your northern kingdom right there, Judah and Ephraim. Okay? The northern kingdom could have been named any one of the other tribes, but it was named Ephraim. Why? The favor of God. Y'all better stop playing, man. Yeah, y'all better listen. We're going to get into it. And we're going to see exactly what the Most High feels about Ephraim and why he's not mentioned in 144,000. Let's get it. All right, here we go. Set the stage with Revelation 7, verses 4 through 8. And it gives off who the 12,000 seals from. Of the tribe of Judah were sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Reuben, sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Gad were sealed 12,000, and so on and so forth. And then, of course, Revelation 7 and 6 says, and of the tribe of Manasseh were sealed 12,000. It goes on. All of the tribes of Israel were sealed 12,000, but who's clearly missing is the tribe of Ephraim and the tribe of Dan. So let's go back to the blessings of Ephraim. All right. Y'all know, as Israelites, we got to take it back to Torah. All right. Jacob's blessing to Ephraim. Okay. Genesis 48, 20 through 22 and 26 says, and Israel stretched out his right hand and laid it upon Ephraim's head, who was the younger, and his left hand upon Manasseh's head, guiding his hands wittingly, for Manasseh was the firstborn. Now watch this. And Israel said unto Joseph, behold, I die, but God shall be with you, and bring you again unto the land of your fathers. Moreover, I have given to thee one portion above thy brethren, which I took out of the hand of the Amorite with my sword and with my bow. He set Ephraim before Manasseh. Listen, he set Ephraim before Manasseh, even though Manasseh was the firstborn. So now we're talking about favor, the favor of the Most High. Ephraim was the chosen one. Ephraim was the one. All right, let me continue. So now Moses said in the book of Deuteronomy 33, 16, 17, let the blessing come upon the head of Joseph and upon the top of the head of him that was separated from his brethren. His glory is like the firstling of his bullock, and his horns are like the horns of unicorns. With them he shall push the people together to the ends of the earth. So when Joseph was blessed, right? Remember what it said in Genesis? Ephraim he set Ephraim before Manasseh. So basically, Ephraim essentially becomes the firstborn in theory, even though he wasn't born before Manasseh. See, it's all about that favor. We can't, I certainly can't sit here and tell you why it's like that, but we just know that it is. And I just know that I don't question the Most High. And clearly Jacob knew exactly what he was doing because he was led by the Most High. He set Ephraim before Manasseh. So if he set Ephraim before Manasseh as being, the firstborn, even though he wasn't born for that, means that Ephraim, uh, he inherits Joseph's portion or Joseph's blessings. So he wouldn't have to be mentioned in the 144,000. That's the general. That's the general consensus right there. Ephraim doesn't have to be mentioned. He's already favored. He already inherits Joseph's portion, and Joseph he falls up under the house of Joseph. Now, the reason why Manasseh is listed in 144,000 because he was the actual firstborn. You understand? Y'all follow me now? It's not as confusing as it may sound. Ephraim receives the blessings of being the firstborn by inheriting Joseph's portion, even though Manasseh is the actual firstborn and he is listed in 144,000. And Ephraim is not because he doesn't have to be. He falls up under Joseph. All right, let us continue. So the prophet Jeremiah, also known as the weeping prophet, says in 31:6, "For this shall be a day that the watchmen upon the Mount Ephraim shall cry, Arise ye, and let us go up to Zion unto the Lord our God." So again, you see the prophet Jeremiah bearing witness that Ephraim is still very much in play with the ends and the blessings of the Most High. Now, let's let the Most High tell us exactly how he feels about Ephraim. Remember, Malachi 3:6 tells us that the Lord thy God change not. He doesn't change his mind. He gives mercy and have mercy on who he will have mercy. Understand? In Jeremiah, and it says, Jeremiah further, so we get to most of Jeremiah further says in the 31:18 through 21, "I have surely heard Ephraim bemoaning himself. Thus thou hast chastised me, and I was chastised as a bullock, unaccustomed to the yoke. Turn thou me, and I shall be turned, for thou art the Lord, my God." And it says, "Surely after that I was turned. I repented." Y'all better come on, follow me. "And after that I was instructed. I smote upon my thigh. I was ashamed, yea, even confounded, because I did bear the reproach of my youth. Is Ephraim my dear son? Is he a pleasant, darling child? For since I spake against him," and this is the Most High, "for since I spake against him, I do earnestly remember him still, and therefore my heart is troubled for him. I will surely have mercy upon him, saith the Lord." Say that one more time. "Ephraim, his darling, pleasant child, I will surely have mercy upon him, saith the Lord." Truthfully, I can end the lesson right now. I'm going to say nothing else after that. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I can end it right now. I ain't got to say nothing else. Ephraim is favored. Y'all better stop playing. People talking about Ephraim lost his inheritance because of disobedience. That's a bunch of foolishness. It's a bunch of madness, and it's not true. "Set thee up waymarks, make thee high heaps. Set thine heart toward the highway, even the way which thou wantest. Turn again, O virgin of Israel, turn again to these thy cities." The Most High God is telling us and told us exactly how he feels about Ephraim is favored. Nothing, and of course Jeremiah, he's bearing witness. Ephraim didn't lose anything. Okay, y'all better stop playing. He is favored by the Most High. I feel honored to be a child of Ephraim. You understand? I feel honored for the Most High to choose me to bring the E1B18 to the children of Israel. People can say what they want about me. I don't care. People can try to mock me. I don't care. You understand? I know who I am in the Most High, man. And I'm humbled by his grace and his mercy upon me to choose me to bring something like that to the children of Israel. All right, so let's go ahead and summarize this whole thing. And I think we can finally do away with this whole Ephraim lost his inheritance. Ephraim didn't lose nothing. He inherited His inheritance goes through Joseph, so he didn't have to be mentioned in 144,000 because he was the list. He was placed in front of Manasseh in terms of the blessings and the inheritance, but Manasseh was the firstborn. That's why Manasseh is actually listed in 144,000, and Ephraim is not. All right, let's go ahead and wrap this up. Um, like I said, I may do one on the tribe of Dan, but I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I don't feel led to. Yeah, I think the bigger question is why isn't Dan listed, right? Like because Ephraim is covered. I think everyone should sort of get that now. Ephraim is covered, but why isn't Dan listed? And I have some different hypotheses on where Dan went and who they hooked up with. I think there might be some truth that they what's the word called? They miscegenated with the Ethiopians. I do believe there's probably some truth to that. They say where there's smoke, there's fire. I may research it. I don't know. Don't hold me to that. I'm tribe of Ephraim, E1B1A7A all day. I'm saying that's just what it is. So anyway, go ahead and summarize this lesson. While Jacob literally placed his hands upon Ephraim and Manasseh's heads to bless them, Jacob physically gave the double portion of firstborn inheritance to Joseph. Moses in his blessings reiterated that the blessings rest upon the head of Joseph, and that it is Joseph's inheritance. Ephraim, as the declared firstborn, is the one to receive Joseph's inheritance or Joseph's portion. So again, because of that, Ephraim wouldn't have to be listed separately. He falls up under Joseph, literally. And Manasseh is listed because he was the actual firstborn. But Ephraim is the declared firstborn for the inheritance and blessing's sake. Why? Don't ask me. Don't even go there. That's the Most High's business. That's Jacob's business. You'd have to ask them. That's just what it is. However, the responsibility and blessing of pushing the people to the ends of the earth, or in other words, gathering scattered Israel, rest upon both Ephraim and Manasseh. This is why Manasseh is listed separately in 144,000. Ephraim isn't mentioned, but rather Joseph. Ephraim did not lose his blessing due to their previous disobedience, as testified by Jeremiah. So y'all please stop regurgitating the lie that Ephraim is cut off and Ephraim lost the blessing. Please stop that. And I really, really wish and hope, because the lessons I be putting out is so important, man. This needs to be seen and heard by our people. I really sincerely hope and pray that YouTube stops suppressing the views on these videos, man. This stuff is so important. So anyway, y'all do y'all part to share, like, comment, engage. Just do your part. We all can do our part collectively. That's all we can do, and just leave the rest in God's hands, right? So there it is. That's the lesson, man, on why Ephraim is not listed in the 144,000. He wasn't disinherited from anything. He didn't lose anything. Ephraim is highly favored and loved by the Most High God of Israel. Y'all better stop playing with him. All right, to the next lesson. This is Dr. Ephraim signing off, saying Shalom, elect.